Hello everyone, welcome to channel Qtomation. So in today's session we will see about the inheritance in Python. So in any object oriented programming language, inheritance is very important topic. So Python, we know that it supports structural as well as object oriented concepts as well. Python supports inheritance concept as well. So what exactly is inheritance, that we will see today. We will see about the type of inheritance as well. And let's start now. So what exactly is inheritance? So by the word you can understand inheritance means we are inheriting something. Inheritance is basically acquiring all the properties and behaviors from parent class to child class. So let's say we have two classes and we want to acquire all the properties, that is variables, and behaviors, that means the methods, from one class to another class. So that is achieved with the help of inheritance. So inheritance is mainly used for reusability and to avoid duplication of code. So let's say there is a class A and there is a class B, and class A has some method and variables. Class B is also having its own methods and variables. So this class A and class B, without inheritance, they both are independent classes. They are not related to each other. So class B object can access method and variable of class B only. Class A object can access method and variables of class A only. But with using inheritance, what we can do? We can make methods and variables of class A achievable from class B as well. So in this case, class A will be a parent class, class B will be child class. We can also call it class A can be a superclass or class B is a subclass. Class A is a base class and class B is derived class. So once the class B is the child of class A, then class B object can access method and variables of class A as well. So class B object can access method and variables of class B as well, and class B object can access method and variables of class A as well via inheritance. So class A will be a parent and class B is child class. And class A is also known as parent class, superclass or base class. Class B is also known as child class, subclass or derived class. And inheritance is mainly used for avoiding duplication of code and reusability of code. So acquiring all the properties, that is property means variables and behaviors from one class to another class, that is from parent class to child class, that is achieved via inheritance. In Python, a derived class, so class B is a derived class. It can inherit the properties and methods of base class by just mentioning the base class in the bracket. So this is the syntax. So a derived class can inherit base class by just mentioning the base class in the bracket. So class B is a child class. And if you want to inherit the properties and behavior of class A, that is if you want to inherit the variables and methods from class A to class B, then what is the syntax here? So we can simply write class B and after that we can write base class in the bracket. So this is the syntax. So in this case, the class B will be a child class that will inherit the variables and methods from class A as well. And inheritance is mainly used for reusability and to avoid duplication of code. So let's see, class A will have, let's say simple example. So class A is having some methods and variables. So class A is having variable X and Y. Class A is having methods, that is M1 and M2. Those are present in class A. And there is a class B which is basically child class of class A. So how we can do that? By syntax. So class B in bracket we have to mention the base class. So in this case, class B is a child class of class A. Class B can also contain its own method, that is M3 and M4, and it can have its own variables as well, that is let's say A and B are class variables for B. Now when we create the class B object, it can access M3, M4 that is the object of its own class, methods of its own class. It can also access variables A and B. And as it is a child class of class A, it is a derived from class A. So class A is a parent class, class B is a child of class A. So we have inherited all the methods and variables from class A as well. So this method M1, M2 and variable X and Y are accessible from class B object as well. So class B object can access method M3, M4, variable A and B, and it can also access M1, M2 and variables X and Y as well, because class B is a child of class A. So it can access the methods and variables from class A as well. So child class object can access all the methods and variables of child class itself as well as from the parent class as well. So that is the benefit of inheritance. That is known as an inheritance. Now what is the objective of inheritance? So we have seen the main objective of inheritance is to avoid the duplication of code and to use for the reusability of the code. So it helps to reduce the effort for the duplicate codes. So we will see one simple example or need of the inheritance and how inheritance can reduce the effort. So let's say there is one module, or we are, let's say, think like a developer. So let's say there are 3 classes for Sony Mobile, Nokia Mobile and Samsung Mobile. So developer has to develop these 3 type of classes, that is Sony Mobile, Nokia Mobile and Samsung Mobile. Each class will have some implemented methods. So class will have methods, we have seen already. So to develop the class Sony Mobile, there will be, let's assume there are 50 methods which developer has to write. Class Nokia Mobile, there are 50 methods which developer will be writing. And class Samsung Mobile, there will be a 50 methods, let's assume that. So every time the developer will write the class Sony Mobile, Nokia Mobile and Samsung Mobile, he will have to write how many methods? Let's say 150 methods. This is without inheritance. So without inheritance, developer will create class Sony Mobile and he will write 50 methods in it. Similarly, he can write methods for Nokia Mobile. It will say, let's say 50 methods are there. And for Samsung Mobile also, he will have to develop 50 methods, right? So total, developer has to write 150 methods. And let's assume for one method, it takes around 1 hour. In that situation, the total development time will be 150 hours. It is without inheritance. And once we use the inheritance, with the help of inheritance, let's say how it can be reduced, how development effort can be reduced. So we know that all of them are related to mobile only, right? So Sony Mobile, Nokia Mobile and Samsung Mobile class. These 3 modules or these 3 classes are having mobile as a common in them, right? So since we are developing it for mobile module, there will be some common methods as well. In these 3 modules or in these 3 classes, there will be some logic or there will be some implementation which will be common for all of the 3 values here. So for all of the 3 mobile, there will be some common methods. So what we can do with the inheritance is, we can create one common class or we can create one parent class that will contain the 30 methods which are common across all these 3 mobile modules or classes. So these 3 classes which are related to mobile, right? So there will be 30 methods which will be common for all the mobiles. So those methods we can write in a parent class, that is, let's say class mobile. So class mobile will contain 30 methods which are common for all mobiles. And after that we can write class for Sony Mobile, Nokia Mobile and Samsung Mobile. And in this Sony Mobile class, we can write 20 methods which are very specific to Sony Mobile class. We can write 20 methods which are very specific to Nokia Mobile class inside the class Nokia Mobile. We can write another 20 methods which are very specific to Samsung Mobile. So after that, whatever methods which are common across all these 3, we can inherit them. So class Sony Mobile is basically child of class mobile. So we can simply inherit. So this will inherit all the methods from class mobile. So Nokia Mobile can inherit all the 30 methods from class mobile. Samsung Mobile, which is child of class Mobile, it can also inherit all the 20-30 methods of class Mobile. So methods which are common, we can write it in one class only, that is parent class. That those 30 methods we don't have to write individually or individually in every class here, right? So those 30 methods we don't have to write individually in Sony Mobile, Nokia Mobile and Samsung Mobile. We don't have to write that from the scratch in these three classes. We can simply make Sony Mobile, Nokia Mobile and Samsung Mobile child of class Mobile, and by that approach we can simply inherit these 30 methods from class Mobile itself. So in this situation, how many methods developer will have to write? He will simply write 90 methods. So initially it was 150 methods, but now with the help of inheritance, only 90 methods need to be written, and it will take around 90 years. So it helps to reduce the overall development time for the developer. So this is the main objective, or this is the main benefit of using inheritance in object-oriented programming languages. Now there are different type of inheritance as well. Now let's see what are the different type of inheritance. So we have understood the example or objective of the inheritance, right? So let's see what are the different type of inheritance. So first type is single inheritance. First type is single inheritance. So single inheritance will have one parent class and one child class. So here class A is a parent, class B is a child class, and child class B object can access methods and variables of its class B, as well as it can access the variables and methods of class A as well. This is a single inheritance where there is only one parent and one child, and child object can access all the methods and variables of parent class as well as the child class as well. This is a single inheritance. Next type is multi-level inheritance. So if you see, the multi-level inheritance is achieved when a derived class inherits another derived class. So in this situation, class B is a child of class A. Class C is a child of class B. So there is no limit on the number of levels up to which the multi-level inheritance is achieved in Python, right? So there are no limitation. So it can have a number of classes here which can be derived from another class. So here class B is a parent of class C and class A is a parent of class B. So class B object can access all the method and variables from class B and class A, right? So class B can access all the methods and variables of its own, and it can access from its parent as well, that is class A. Class C object can access all the methods and variables of class C itself, and it can access all the methods and variables of class B also. And since class B is already derived from class A, class C can also access all the variables of class C, B and A as well, right? So class C object can access all the methods and variables of class C, class B and class A also, because class C is a child of class B and class B is a child of class A. So whatever there is in class A, that is already in class B, and class C is derived from class B only. So class C can access all the method and variables of class B as well as class A and class C also. So class B can access all the methods and variables of class B and class A, because class B is derived from class A. So this is the multi-level inheritance. Next one is hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance. So in this type of inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, more than one subclass. So these are the subclasses, class B and class C, both are child class or subclass, inherits the property of a single base class. So there is a single base class and multiple child classes, multiple derived classes. So class B is a child of class A, class C is a child of class A also. So parent is single, but there are multiple childs. So class B and class C both are derived from class A. This is a hierarchical inheritance. And class B object, so in this situation what will happen? When we create the object of class B, that class B object can access all the methods and variables of class B and it can access methods and variable of class A as well, because class B is a child of class A. So class B can access all the methods and variables of class B as well as class A. Similarly, class C is also child of class A. So class C object can also access all the methods and variables of class C and class A. But we have to understand that class B and class C both are independent of each other. They both are derived from same parent class, but they are not dependent on each other. They are not related to each other. They are independent of each other. So class B object can access all the methods and variables of class B and class A. Class C, which is a child of class A, can access all the methods and variables of class C and class A. This is a hierarchical inheritance. Next type is multiple inheritance. So what exactly is multiple inheritance? Multiple base classes. So there are multiple parent class and there is a child class, one single child class, which inherits from multiple base classes. So single child is inheriting from more than one base classes. So parents are multiple and child is a single here. So in this situation, what will happen? Class C, which is a child class, can inherit, can derive or can access. So class C object can access the method and variables of class C as well as class A. Class C object can also access methods and variables of class B also, because class A and B both are the parent class. Class C object can access all the methods and variables of class C as well as class A. Class C can also access methods and variable of class B as well, because class C is having both the parent classes. So class A is a parent of class C, class B is also parent of class C. So this is basically a multiple inheritance which is supported in Python. So let's revise one more time. What are the type of inheritance we have seen? That is single inheritance, in which there is a single parent and single child. Class B object can access all the methods and variables of class B as well as class A. Next one is multi-level inheritance, in which there are class C which is child of class B which is child of class A, and it goes on. So class C object can access methods and variables of class B as well as class A. In this situation, class B, which is a child of class A, so class B can access methods and variables of class A only and class B, right? So it can access its own methods and variables along with class A, parent class. That is a multi-level inheritance. In hierarchical inheritance, there is a single parent and multiple childs are there. So class B object, it can access its own methods and variable as well as class A methods and variables, and class C is also another child which can access method and variables of class C as well as class A. So single parent and multiple childs, that is a hierarchical inheritance. And last one is multiple inheritance. So in this, basically there are multiple parent and single child. So this child is derived from multiple base classes or parent classes. So class C can access methods and variables of class C as well as class A. It can access methods and variables of class B as well, because it has a multiple parent and single child. So these are the four type of inheritance. So inheritance is basically used for reusability of code and to avoid the duplication of code. Inheritance means acquiring all the properties means variables, and behavior means methods from one parent class to another child class. In Python, a derived class can inherit base class by just mentioning the base class in the bracket after the derived class name. So if you want to make the class B child of class A, how we can write it? We can simply write class B, and in bracket we have to write the parent class, that is class A. So by this way, class B becomes the child class of class A, and class B object can access all the methods and variables of class A as well. So class B object can access its own method and variables. Along with that, it can access from the parent class as well, that is class A here. And it mainly helps to reusability of the code and to avoid the duplication of the code. So that's about the concept of inheritance. In the coming session, what we will see? In the coming session, we will see one by one practical example of inheritance, that is single level inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance and multiple inheritance. So we will see some practical example in coming session. So thank you for watching this video.